What does counseling look like? Well, that's a really good question, actually, given that it's one of those super private things that professionals are prohibited from talking about, and the patients rarely want to discuss with outsiders. I'm an eclectic counselor, which is to say that I'm lousy at doing any sort of specific kind of therapy. I tend to tailor my approach to the people that I'm working for. This includes a wide variety of different kinds of approaches. These approaches can be anything up to and including even theological approaches. What? Like I'm the first person to use God to try and get a message across. Anyway, my preferences tend toward being a bit more classical. I'm getting up to that age. I strongly lean on rational emotive behavioral therapy, or RABT, and I tend to throw in some person-centered, gestalt, choice and reality therapy types of approaches, occasionally using some dialectical and behavioral types of things. And basically anything else I might find useful. So the thing about most of my approaches is that they're all fairly straightforward because that's the kind of person that I am. I don't want to spend a bunch of time psychoanalyzing people or talking about the symbolism in their dreams. I am interested in working at a person at getting to the root and heart of a problem and having them make active changes in their life. So anyway, a lot of what I do to start is get a person's, their history, the whole, telling me about your mother thing, despite my psychoanalytic joke from a few moments ago. Then basically I'll review with that person how those life choices have impacted where they are presently, underlying their current realities and what their own goals are. Popular opinion has it that if you see a counselor, you'll feel better. The unfortunate reality is that that's the end product of counseling. But during counseling, it's a lot more like a cross between cleaning your room and committing psychic surgery. The surgery is, of course, therapy in this metaphor, looking to what the client is doing to impact their own situation. Then I'll work with them on how we can get to accepting that situation and finding resolutions to improve them. We'll often visit, because this is the meat of therapy, what is preventing that acceptance and moving forward. Generally speaking, it's been my experience that it's shame, pride, or a fear of change, which is prohibiting somebody from being able to make a difference. Now, it's important to note that most counselors are eclectic, but they do tend to specialize more than me. My own supervisor, for example, is a big fan of DBT, the dialectical behavioral therapy. Super useful with lots of great paperwork that you can hand off to a client and have them process on the time in between being in your office. But I think still, like, it's basically a reskin of person-centered with just some extra challenges and questioning motivations. But like anything in therapy, if it works, you're good. After doing the introductory couple of sessions and getting to kind of have an idea of what a person is there for and a good approach to work with them, I will generally find that working toward releases is what I do. The focus is then on getting the emotion out. Generally speaking, people cry in sessions because of, happiness sometimes, but lots of times it's because whatever they were sad about is what was keeping them from being able to move forward. Those traumas are things that can be dealt with in a variety of different ways. There are so many different trauma therapies out there. One of my favorites is EMDR, which I'm sadly no longer specialized in, but definitely I'm going to go back and learn. But basically, we talk about what we're going to do then in any given session for how to deal with that inhibitor, that thing that's blocking the advancement in their lives. Like I said, get them to cry. And then finally, hopefully we assign an action, things that happen throughout the week, ways of literally making a stand and changing. You're looking at, usually a few weeks, but in general, I think things generally change within a couple of months to up to 6 months, generally tops. After that, I try to see what I've been doing wrong, reevaluate if I'm even the right person for somebody, and either change my own approach or have them see somebody else. The funniest thing for me in all of this is the awareness that even though I just told you how I do my entire job, it's different for every single person. So anybody who comes in may wind up having my approach tailored to them differently. Trauma and people are always different, and everybody's story is unique, and that is what I absolutely love about my job, and that is why I honestly believe that I always have the best clients. Even when I think that people on the whole are kind of scurrilous, people as individuals are always fantastic.